What's going on, my friends? Leo Kanell here with another episode of the Seven Figures Club podcast. So entrepreneurs, small business owners, and side hustlers everywhere. Obviously, part of the job is getting past rejection, getting past some of those no's that we hear along the way of success. Today, we're bringing a 10-year-old and a 13-year-old, both young entrepreneurs out there making it happen. And they're going to share their story of pursuing entrepreneurship and sales and getting 45 no's in a row, doors slammed in their face last night. So, gentlemen, welcome to the podcast.
There are over 32 million businesses in the U.S., and over 90% of them will never break seven figures in annual sales. So how do we as entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs break into that seven figures club? This podcast will relentlessly share the secrets, strategies, and tactics I've used to create 3 multi-seven figures businesses and bring in even more successful entrepreneurs than me to share their inspirational stories and tactics to success. You can create your dream business and life right now. So buckle up and let's go.
Thank you.
All right. It looks like you guys have got some new polos on there. Tell us what these new polos are all about.
Well, I mean, we just hopped on our bikes earlier today when there was like 2 hours before the podcast, and we had to bike 3 miles there to go grab some polos because Puma had a good sale going. So we got there, and then here we go. Now it's 2:00, and we have 30 minutes to get back to the house going uphill. So we had to push ourselves real hard to get home. Mm-hmm.
I like it. That's fantastic. So you're just out there getting some swag for your business. And what is the name of your business?
Lion Curbs.
Lion Curbs. Awesome. What does Lion Curbs do?
So we paint your home address onto your front curb so friends, family, and emergency services can navigate to your home with ease.
Wow, that is well said. Friends, family, and did you say emergency services can navigate to your home with ease? Is that what you said?
Yes.
That's great verbiage. Who came up with that?
I did.
Okay, perfect. All right, tell everybody listening to the podcast, what is your names?
I'm Marcus Kanell. And I'm Jonas Kanell.
Okay. Oh, wow. I think I know you guys. I think we might be related somehow. Perfect. So you guys have never been on the podcast. And tell us a little bit about last night. Tell us before you do that, tell us a little bit about how do you generate business? How do you get sales and find customers who need your service and need that curb painting?
Well, what we do is we right now we're door-to-door salesmen, but within the past week we're setting up a Facebook page, Instagram, and a YouTube channel. We're going to start making flyers so we can make these a lot easier because door-to-door is very hard. So we do door-to-door, and a great way to find if they need it or not is that they've already had it and it's completely faded, so to the point where you can't see the numbers. Yeah, you can still see like the outline of it, but you can't see the numbers.
Got you. So you're out there, you're knocking doors, you're looking for homes that don't have, that nice curb painting on there. And you guys have in fact, I'm going to do a quick little screen share for our audience that is watching here, just to kind of clarify what it means to get that curb number here. So here we go. We're going to do a little quick screen share. So there it is. We've got the curb number, and you guys are generally going with a white background. Is that right?
Yeah.
Perfect. So why are you guys going out there knocking on doors? That's very difficult to knock on doors. You get a lot of rejection when you knock on doors, but tell us a little bit about why you've decided to kind of launch this business at the age of 10 and 13.
Well, I mean, it's called the summer side hustle because in the summer you got a lot of spare time. So we had to put it to some good use because the past 7, 8, 9-ish summers, we've literally just spent it sitting in the basement or in our rooms. So we thought, why not just start up this side hustle and see how far it can take us and see where we can go. Mm-hmm.
I love it. So not afraid to fail, just going out there, trying to make things happen. And did you guys set any goals at the beginning of the summer? How long ago did you launch this business?
So we launched it July 13th. And
so
one of our goals,
like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks ago.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. So it's been 2.5 weeks. How's it going out there? What are you seeing? What is the market telling you about curb painting?
Well, I mean, a lot of people just really want it because they're sick of their Amazon packages being delivered to, let's say, 54 like North Avenue, like a complete different area than their actual address, and the Amazon driver can't really tell. So that's why we have those curb paintings so they can see that.
Very
Like some
good. Very good.
addresses
So
are like
go ahead, say that, Jonas.
some addresses are like
Some addresses are like what? You gotta speak
like
clearly,
behind a
boys.
wall.
Okay. Yeah, they're hidden
I
behind
got
the wall.
confused.
Got it.
I just got a phone call.
Got it. Well, you gotta silence your phone when you're on a podcast. That's bad etiquette, boys. So tell us a little bit about last night. What time did you guys go out? What was the goal? And what happened with the first 45 doors you knocked on?
So, I mean, we went out around 4:30. We were hoping to make like 120, 140. We had this really big goal that we were going to hit, and we went to Alpine. That's what we like to call a gold mine, because Alpine is just that perfect age in like the area where the curb paintings have been there just long enough to where they're faded enough to where people want it. So we went there seeking a lot of money from that, but for the first 45 doors, we literally got nothing. It was, we wondered what went wrong, and we kind of just found a park near us and sat down and talked to each other for like 30 minutes of what went wrong, what we need to do, and how we need to do it.
So hold on. Out of those 45 doors you knocked on, how many do you think actually answered the door?
I would say 40, maybe even 39, like something, pretty high.
Most of them. So you tell us again what you say when, I open the door, I'm like, hey, can I help you guys? What do you say?
And then we say, hi, my name is Jonas Kanell. We are here with Line Curbs. We paint your home address onto your curb so friends, family, and emergency services can navigate to your home with ease. Would you be interested in our product today or service today? And then if they have one that's like been faded, if they have one that's been faded, we say, hi, my name is Jonas Kanell, and I'm here with Line Curbs, and I noticed your home address has been faded. Would you be interested in a touch-up today?
Well, I like that. Very good. So very good. The one thing I would say is if you could get them to open up without asking them a yes or no question, but rather an open-ended question. Like if you ask them, have you ever wondered, what the point is or why people actually get, curb painting their address out there? You ever wondered why they do that? Like, why do you think, in fact, it's not, have you ever wondered, like, why do you think people do that? Why do people get their number out there? Like, what do you think the purpose is? So if you get an open-ended question, now it's no longer a yes, no, I slammed the door in your face. They still might, but now it's open-ended. They have to think about it a little bit differently. And now it's like, if I tell you, hey, you really need this done, they might say no. But if I ask them the question and they start thinking, yeah, there are some benefits, probably makes your home more valuable, makes it look better if it's done right. Instead of having that dirty curb, now you've got, the sharp number that reflects in the nighttime sky, et cetera, et cetera. But so 40 out of 45 doors said no, slammed the door in your face. What are you guys thinking after that happens? Are you thinking about giving up?
We were literally on the brink. And then I came to the point where I was like, hold up. We came out here, we're far away from home. We got to get something done. And we just kept going, kept walking, kept knocking doors. And then finally, this one great guy, his name's Steve, he answered the door. And I told him he needs that touch up. And he's like, I think we're okay. Try another day. And then I came up and I'm like, I have just knocked 45 doors. I'm not leaving without something or some reason why this guy's saying no. And then I said, would there be a day you would be interested? And I guess it was kind of a test, because then he's like, hold up, let me go find my phone. And then he grabbed his phone and whipped out his Venmo. And we're like, oh, okay, well, let's get to work on this. And he's like, why don't you go knock my other neighbor's house? His name is also Steve. So then we get there, and now we have two at once. Yeah, so now we have to do 2 at once.
Wait, so
And then we
what did
finished.
what did that Steve say? What did you say when you knocked on his door?
We said, "Hi, we get to work on your neighbor over there, Steve," and he kind of gave you like a referral that's saying you would want it, and would you be interested? And yeah, they said yes.
Perfect.
But this
So
time
you
Steve didn't.
wait, what, Jonas?
But this time Steve didn't answer. It was his wife. What was her name?
Uh,
Katrina, I think. No. Yeah.
Gotcha. Very good. So that's you're using social proof, which is one of the most powerful things when you say, hey, your neighbor's getting this done. You might want to get it done. And we do that all the time, right? Like, hey, we just helped this client, with funding or with whatever it is in their business. It's a very powerful strategy to connect and get multiple people. But here's what's crazy. When people grow up and they become adults and they get into real life sales and they really start a business, maybe a business funding business or whatever it might be, they're launching something new. They might give up after 5 no's or 10 no's, and a whole lot of them are giving up after 20 no's. What is it about you guys? Why did you not give up after 45 no's?
I mean, there was nothing bad that could have happened if we just kept knocking. So, I mean, we just kept going. We knew there'd be an outcome at the end of it, so we just kept going.
I like it. So you just kept on going. You felt like there was going to be gold at the end of the rainbow. Keep on knocking, keep on pushing forward. And that's a great lesson for a lot of us to learn, because when we're kids, we're not afraid of failure. We're not afraid to go out there and just see what happens and learn from it and be okay. Because what happens when you become an adult is you're just patterned to kind of avoid risk and avoid no's. And, you don't want to be that kid in class that the teacher's not happy with, and you need to be asking questions. You need to be not be afraid to push forward. So I think there's a great lesson for a lot of us adults here who are trying to run businesses, trying to be successful, to understand that getting a no it's all part of a numbers game. If you knock on enough doors, you're going to convert at a certain percentage, but you have to make improvements. So when you guys sat down, what were some of the improvements you talked about making?
I mean, we did a few improvements throughout knocking on the 45 doors. One of them was sometimes we weren't as enthusiastic on like the last 15 because we were so down, because we literally have been walking for like 2 miles, getting those super tired and hot. So low enthusiasm. That was one of the reasons why we weren't getting any. And we noticed if we approached together, it feels like they are connecting more with you instead of just going separate. So that's one thing we changed up. And I'm gonna say the enthusiasm when talking to the customer was one of the biggest things that changed, and that follow-up question on them saying no or yes.
Guys, that's huge. I always say high energy equals high income. Jonas knows, 2 nights ago, I was telling our team that high energy equals, higher opportunity for success with, football, whatever sport you're playing. And it's absolutely a game changer in business. If you come low energy, you are dead upon arrival. And it's funny, Marcus, because a couple of weeks ago, I was filming a video. This is a big, important video for the My Figures Money app. And I'm filming it. And I did everything pretty good. I rewatched it and my energy levels sucked. It was not good. It was not inspiring. It was low energy. It was like, oh my gosh, even though the content's good, like if I was watching this, I'm gone in just 30 seconds because the myself was so low energy. So I had to refilm it this week. And you better believe I brought maximum energy and maximum passion into that video. And I'm not surprised when you guys sat and you reassessed, why are we not experiencing success? You're right. People get frustrated and they lose the energy. But when you keep bringing it, you get better. At the beginning, you might suck, but over time, you make improvements if you're making, trying and testing different things. So with the sales funnel, the sales script, you try different things. You increased enthusiasm instead of knocking on doors individually. You went at it together. You had kind of a team set up there, which was more powerful. There's strength in numbers. And then you also practiced your rebuttals when people say no, because everybody likes to say no. We're conditioned in today's society to say no, 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 no. But when you can get past that no and ask a question, get someone to think, and especially if it's somebody, a lot of people work in sales, right? And, if you work in sales and some young 10 or 13-year-old is out there trying to learn the sales game, I mean, it's kind of inspirational. I guarantee that's what Steve noticed. He noticed that you'd worked, that you had practiced that rebuttal, that you had the question, and that's why you were able to connect up with him. And then what's really powerful, what did you learn about finding an influential guy like Steve? How one Steve, in this case, literally turns into two Steves?
I mean, it kind of helped when we were knocking on that second door, because then we would be like, hey, so this guy, he said he wants it. He's going to love it. And he did. So why don't you get it too? And then we go knock on this third door, literally right next to each other. And he's like saying no. And I'm like, oh, hey, we just did your two neighbors over there. And he's just staring at it. And he's like, I want my, yeah, his is like super faded and he's like, oh my, I need that, but I don't want to get that, but he needs it. So then we sat and then he came to a conclusion and he got it.
So after the two Steves said yes, you went to the third neighbor, and the third neighbor saying initially no. And then you're like, well, you might want to think about that because your two next door neighbors, Steve and Steve, both said yes. And you might be the only house on the street here without a cute curb painting number. Do you want to be that guy? And clearly he did not want to be that guy. That's what's so powerful. We react to testimonials. So you guys need to go back and get video testimonials of those guys on your phone. And the next time someone says no, I hear you, Steve said no, and then this happened. And then you press play and your video testimonial plays. I think that's a powerful way, right? When people are, one of the common questions you get in any business these days is your business legit? Are you guys legit? Now, in our business, the way that we answer that is by Googling Seven Figures Funding, right? You Google Seven Figures Funding, you've got hundreds of 5-star reviews. You got our YouTube channel, you got video testimonials, so much content where the customer backs it up. And that's what you have to have in today. But when you're out there knocking on a door, if you can put that video testimonial right up to their face, that's going to answer the question. What do you guys think about that idea?
I think that's a great idea. Yeah, that would probably work because you'd go to that door and they're saying no. And they probably thought the same way that Steve did too. They don't want it until they listen to that one guy talking, and they might want it after that. And I'm gonna say something about like that video and how you said you needed to redo it because of that low energy. You have 15 seconds to wow that customer, and if that 15 seconds you're just talking and talking, you're not gonna be able to get it done. So in that 15 seconds, you're gonna wow that customer.
Now, how long do you think this is gonna last?
So this guy, he wanted the reflective coat. So this can last up to 10 years.
So are you saying you have an upsell with your product?
Yeah, so with the original, it's just 25 for just the original curd paint. But we now have 2 upsells. And one of them is this reflective coat that makes it last longer. And it reflects off at night to make it so you can see that. So that late night Amazon delivery guy or emergency service can see it with their headlight. And then another thing we're doing now is people have been wanting a Utah and BYU logo. So for also another extra 5, we can put a red U or Y.
Perfect. Yeah, that's what you want to do, right? You have a base product, and then if you don't have upsells with your product, you don't have additional, improved and higher levels, you're going to miss out on a lot of profits and a lot of growth, a lot of opportunity, because there's always a percentage of people that do want to upgrade. And it's the same thing in a sales funnel. You might have, for example, my sales funnel has a $37 lower ticket offer, but once you get to the next level, it's 197, and then there's 1,000, and then there's 5,000. So you want to have those different levels because that's how people can move up your value ladder and experience everything that you can offer them. Well, gentlemen, I really appreciate your time today. You've been great guests, and I think you've opened the eyes of a lot of us, entrepreneurs who are adults who realize that we're giving up too quickly, that we're not pushing through adversity, that after we knock on, 5 doors, we're giving up when we should be knocking on 45. And you guys still didn't give up. You went and knocked on a few dozen more. And then how many hours were you out?
About 5, I think.
Perfect.
5 hours.
and generated over $100 in sales. So you're generating $20 an hour. Not bad for age 10, age 13. Guys, you know, in this podcast, the final thing we always tell everybody is listen, don't be passive when you're learning, be active, be action takers. Action takers are those who are going to win. What's the one thing you feel like a business owner can do to take action today to get out there and start winning?
One more. Just one more. Keep going. One more. Just get one more sale. Get one more talk. Get one more person to talk to. And just keep going. Get one more. And just keep going.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, wonderful. One more door, one more knock, one more sale, one more book, one more pitch, one more phone call, one more rep if you're lifting. And of course, one of our mentors, the great Ed Milet, has a book out that's very, very much focused on one more. So it's a great saying, a great thing to do, to focus on, to grow a business, to succeed in any aspect of life. Well, thanks so much, gentlemen, for being guests on the podcast. And we will see you guys next time on the Seven Figures Club podcast.
Are you looking for more seven-figure secrets, content, or even how you can launch your own recession-proof business? Then check out sevenfigures.com. That's the digit 7, FIGURES.com, where we share more videos, stories, strategies, funding solutions, entrepreneurial education, and even the secret business type that's recession-proof. Thank you for listening, and if you're finding value in our podcast, please give us a 5-star and invite others to join the club.